Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu to all the students. I welcome you to another G1 Holy Quran class. Just before we start, I would like to make an announcement that the last class will be on the 10th of December, Friday, which is next Friday. So just to let everyone know, in case you don't know. So let's start our class with the recitation of the Holy Quran. Could I request the support teacher to please kindly pick a student for the recitation?
Assalamu alaikum everyone. G1305, please unmute yourself.
G1305.
G1304, please unmute yourself.
G1304.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm fine, alhamdulillah. Jazakallah for asking. Could you recite the following verse? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. اللهم إني أسألك علما نافعا. Oh Allah, I ask you for beneficial knowledge.
Okay, Jazakallah. Well done, mashallah. You recited very well. Just one thing I would like to highlight here, that Hamza, it carries a fatha. Can you tell me how long are we allowed to prolong this?
1 second.
Yeah, 1 second. That's perfect. So could you recite the verse again by following the rule?
Allahumma inni as'aluka ilman nafi'a.
Yes, well done, mashallah. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. So moving on to the etiquettes. So I'm pretty sure all students are aware of the etiquettes that we follow in the class. I think I would like to ask the students themselves if they can tell me the etiquettes, if they can remember. If the support teacher, could you please pick a student?
G1325, please unmute yourself.
Yes, G1325.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. How are you doing?
I'm well, alhamdulillah. How are you?
I'm doing very well, alhamdulillah. So could you tell me any of the etiquettes you remember that we need to follow in our class?
You have to make sure you have your correct ID.
Yes, that's very important. Well done, mashallah. So it's very important that we enter with the correct ID. Yes. Any other etiquette?
You also have to do wuzu, and you have to wear the batta.
Yes, well done. That was excellent. We have to do wuzu because we are reciting the Holy Quran. It's important that we show respect to the Holy Quran, and we have to have our head covered. We can wear a topi if we're a boy and a dupatta for a girl. Well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Could I have one more student?
G1366, please unmute yourself.
Yes, G1366. Walaikum assalam. Could you tell me some of the etiquettes you remember of our class?
Can I tell you all of them?
Yes, you can tell me, but let me change my screen so I can check your memory. Okay, you can start.
Ablution, wuzu,
Yes.
covering, parental supervision,
Yes.
correct ID,
Yes.
Clean clothes.
Yes, I think you almost said everything. And one important thing that, yeah, a quiet place. So well done, mashallah. You said very well. So you said ablution is necessary, clean clothes, you have to have your head covering, and a quiet place, and to be with your parents, and enter the class with the correct ID. Jazakallah, mashallah, well done.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. So that was excellent. Mashallah, all the students remember the etiquettes. So that's good to know. So moving on to the lesson we would be covering today, we are going to be revising about Alif Zaida. So what does Alif Zaida mean? Some words contain a blank alif after a maftuh letter. A maftuh letter means a letter which carries a fatha. So the alif can come either in between or at the end of a word. It must not be pronounced. So these alif are called alif zaida, meaning excessive alif. And they are usually marked with a cross or a sukoon. So let's see here. If you can see with the example here, we can see the alif, it's highlighted red. And on top of that, it has a cross. So what that means is we are not going to read this alif. So like if we can see here in this box, the alif is not there. It's because it's to highlight that we are not going to be reading alif when we read the Holy Quran. So, أو يعفو. Okay, so when we are going to read the Quran, we are not going to read the alif, which carries a cross. Also, another thing, when we are going to pause during waqf, the vow, as you can see here, the vow carries a fatha. However, if we are doing waqf here, the fatha will change into a sukoon. So it changes into a sukoon, and so the vow with the sukoon acts as alif mad. Wow mad. So we have to kind of prolong it for 2 seconds as well. Oh, ya'fu. And same here with the second example, we can see that we have an alif here, carries a cross on top. So we are not going to read this alif. So here we can see that the alif is not written. It's just to highlight that we are not going to be reading the alif. However, as we can see, if we were doing waqf here, what is going to happen? As I said with the previous example, the vowel with fatha will change into a vowel with sukoon. So again, it's going to act as huruful mad. So we have to prolong it for around 2 seconds. It's pretty easy, but we will get the hang of it, inshallah, as we practice. I think now we can start revising it. Could I have a student on the mic?
G1393, please unmute yourself.
G1393, Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the first number 1 line?
Okay.
Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yes. Can you recite the first box?
Yeah.
Mhm.
لا إله إلا الله.
Yes, well done. Can you repeat after me? La ilallahi.
لا إله إلا الله.
Yes, well done. And can you tell me here, this alif, which is kind of slanted here, it carries a cross. So what does that mean? Are we going to read it?
No, we're gonna ignore it.
Yes, well done. So could you read for me this box?
إلى
La.
La ilallahi.
Yes, well done, mashallah. Also here, can you tell me when we do waqf, what is going to change? This kasra, what is it going to change into?
It will turn into a sukoon.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. So can you read for me this last box again by doing
Okay.
waqf?
La ilallah.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. And Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz. Before we get another student on the mic, just a reminder to all the students to please enter the class with the correct ID. If you don't have the correct ID, you're going to be put in the waiting room. So it's very important that you enter with the correct ID. So now could I have another student on the mic?
G1433, please unmute yourself.
And G1433.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the number 2 box? Start with Tawud and Tasmiyah, please.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أفإن.
Yes, well done. Could you tell me here, this aleph, it carries a cross. Are we allowed to read it?
No, we ignore it.
Yes, well done. So can you then read this box for me?
أفإن.
Yes, well done. Also, can you tell me, during waqf, when we do waqf here, this noon sakin, will it change or not?
It will not.
Yes, well done. So it already carries a sukoon. So during waqf, it will stay the same and will not change. So can you read it again?
أفإن.
Yes, well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student, please, on the mic?
G1451, please unmute yourself.
G1451. Assalamu alaikum.
G1467, please unmute yourself. G1585, please unmute yourself.
G1585.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me the number 3 box? Start with Dawud and
Okay.
Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. من نبأ.
Yes, well done. And do not prolong this hamza with the kasra. Just min naba'i.
Okay. من نبأ.
Yes, well done. And could you tell me here, this alif, it carries a cross. So can we read it?
No, we have to ignore it.
Yes, well done. So could you read it again for me from this box?
من نبأ.
Yes, well done. Just one more point that we have learned about the noon mushaddad. So we're joining here. So do you remember the rule we follow?
Yeah.
Can you tell me?
You have to press on the noon,
Mhm.
and you don't
Do
need
a
the
nasal
noon.
sound?
Yeah,
Yes, well
I
done. So
think so.
yeah, you're absolutely right. So it's a noon mushaddad. So the meme is joining with the noon. So we're ignoring the noon sakin because there's a noon mushaddad here. And yes, we do a small nasal sound. So can you read it again for me?
من نبأ
Yes, well done. Also here, during waqf, we have this hamza. It carries a kasra. So what happens to this kasra when during waqf? What does it change into?
it changes into a sakin.
Yes, well done. So could you read this for me by following the waqf rule?
Okay. من نبأ
Yes, well done. And you did a small jerk, which was excellent. Sometimes students can forget it, so well done. Jazakallah.
جزاك
Allah
جزاك
Hafiz.
الله.
So could I have another student on the mic?
G1564, please unmute yourself.
G1564. Assalamu
Assalamu
alaikum.
alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me number 4, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Number 4.
ل ولا أو دو.
Yes, well done. Could you tell me here that we have a alif, which is highlighted red, and why does it carry a cross? What does this mean?
It means we don't pronounce it.
Yes, well done. So we ignore it when during our recitation. So well done. So can you read this box then for me?
ولا أو ذا.
Yes, well done. That was excellent, mashallah. Also, could you tell me here, if we do waqf here, if we stop here, this waw sakin, what does it change to? Does it change or it stays the same?
It stays the same.
Yes, well done, because it's already a sakin letter, so there would be no change when we do waqf. So can you read it again for me?
ولا أو ذا دو.
Yes, ولا أودعوا.
لو ولا أو دو.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Jazakillah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student on the mic?
G1403, please unmute yourself.
And G1403. Assalamu alaikum.
G1422, please unmute yourself.
G1422.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me the number 5 line? Start with Tawa, then Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. ملائهم.
Okay, Jazakallah. Could you tell me here, this alif, the red alif, it carries a cross on top. Can you explain why there's a cross?
Because you don't pronounce it.
Yes, so we do not pronounce it during our recitation. So well done. Can you read this box for me?
ملائهم.
Yes, a bit better. And just make sure that you do not prolong the lam, which carries a fatha. Mala'ihim.
ملائهم.
Yes, well done. And can you tell me here if I do a waqf here? or if I stop here, what does this mean with sukoon? Does it change or does it stay the same?
Stays the same.
Yes, it stays the same. So well done. Could you read it again for me?
ملائهم.
Yes. Just make sure to not prolong the fatha. Mala'ihim.
ملائهم.
Yes, well done. That was excellent. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1596, please unmute yourself.
G1596.
Hello.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the number 6 box? Start with Dawood and Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. This in
Yes. Could you tell me here, are we allowed to pronounce this alif?
no,
No. Why is that?
because it's going to be exempt.
Yes. And it also carries a cross on top. So well done. Could you recite for me this box?
Li shay'in
Li shay'in.
Li shay'in.
Yes. Also, there's a rule we follow here. Do you remember with this ya? What is it acting as? Is it haruful mad or haruful lin?
Haruful lin.
Yes, well done. And can you tell me how long do we prolong this when we join the sheen with ya?
Is it 2 seconds?
Yes, well done. It's for 2 seconds. So could you pronounce this box again?
Li shay'in.
Yes, well done. And here, the last box, when we do waqf here in the hamza, which carries a kasra tanween, what does it change into?
Jazm.
Yes, so it's a jazm, sukoon. Well done. And could you read it for me?
Li shay.
Yes, well done. So we do a slight jerk at the end. Li shay.
Li shay.
Well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1623, please unmute yourself.
G1623.
Assalamualaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the number 7 box, please?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لأذبحنه.
Yes, well done. Could you tell me here, this alif, are we allowed to recite this?
No, because it's alif zaida, and when there's an alif zaida, you don't pronounce it.
Well done. That was excellent explanation. Yes, it's alif zaida and it carries a cross. So during our recitation, we do not pronounce it. Well done. Could you recite for me this box?
لا أذبحن.
Sorry, I couldn't hear you. I think you have disconnected.
Okay. I'll say it again.
Yes.
لا أذبحنه.
Yes, well done. Also, I would like to ask you that we have a noon mushaddad. Can you tell me what rule applies here?
It's a gunna letter, so you elongate it for 2 seconds.
You don't elongate it, but you stay there, yes, and do slight nasal sounds. So well done. Could you recite it again for me by following this?
أذبحنه.
Well done, mashallah. Okay, so now can you tell me if I do a waqf here, this ha which carries a inverted dhamma, does it change into something?
Yes, it changes into a sukoon.
Yes, well done. So when we do waqf here, it changes into a sukoon. So well done, mashallah. Could you recite it again by doing waqf?
Okay. La azbahanna.
Yes, well done. You recited well, mashallah. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
La fi.
Could I have another student on the mic?
G1642, please unmute yourself.
G1642.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me the 8 number box? Start with Dawud and Tasmiyah, please.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم لا إله إلا
Okay, well done. Could you just tell me here that this alif, are we allowed to recite it during our recitation?
No, we just ignore it.
Yes, well done. So it's alif zaida and we ignore it. So could you recite for me this box?
La ilal jahimi.
Yes, well done. Also, I would like to ask you here, this we have a ya sakin. What rule applies here?
Yamad.
Yes, well done. So how long do we prolong this yamad for?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Also, the last thing I would like to ask you, then when we do waqf here, the meme with kasra, what does it change into?
It isn't a it isn't a jazm.
Yes, well done. So it changes into a jazm or a sakoon, that you can call it whatever you like. Well done, mashallah. So could you recite it for me by following the waqf rule?
La ilal jahim.
Well done, mashallah. Excellent. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student, please?
G1669, please unmute yourself.
G1669.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me the number 9 box? Start with Dawud and Tasmiyah.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم بسالي ثالث ثالث مع
بئس الاسم
بئس
الاسم.
الاسم
Yes, well done. MashaAllah. Could you tell me here that it carries an alif? Why did you not pronounce it when you recited this?
because the scene has a sukoon, which means you're going to be joining it.
Yes, but what the alif, what does it carry that we cannot pronounce this alif?
Across.
Yes, it carries a cross, so we are going to ignore it. So well done. Could you recite it again for me, this box?
Bisalismu.
Yes, well done. And can you tell me the meme? We're here. We have a meme. It carries a dhamma. So when we do waqf here, what does this change into?
It changed into a sukoon.
Yes, well done. So can you recite it again by following the waqf rule?
Okay. Listen.
Yes, well done, mashallah. That was excellent. Jazakallah.
Allah
Go ahead.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
So the next half, we are going to be learning the correct pronunciation of Surah Al-Kauthar. So I would be reciting it, and I want all the students to repeat after me, and then we will get each student on the mic to recite it. So I'm going to repeat it, and I want students to recite along with me. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر. إنا أعطيناك الكوثر. So I would like to say one thing to keep a lookout here, that we have a noon mushaddad. So we are going to stay here and do a slight nasal sound, a ghunna. Okay. Inna. Also, we have a maddu saghir. So we need to prolong this around 3 to 4 seconds. Another point here is that we have a ta. Ta is a tafkhim letter, which means it's a thick letter. It's one of the thick letters, so we have to pronounce it with a thick and broad sound. And same here, we have ra, so we have to make sure that we pronounce this with a thick sound. So I will repeat it again, and I want you to recite along. إِنَّا أَعْطَيْنَاكَ الْكَوْثَرَ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ. Again here, few points we have to look out is we have a sod. It's a thick letter, so we have to pronounce it thick, and raw here as well. And here as well, we have a noon sakin. We are going to do izhar, which means that there will be no nasal sound because there's a ha, which is a huruful qalqala. And again here we have a ra, which is a thick letter. So keep a lookout of these rules because it's going to beautify our tilawat, and we're going to improve in our Arabic pronunciation. So let me recite it again. فَصَلِّ لِرَبِّكَ وَانْحَرْ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ إِنَّ شَانِئَكَ هُوَ الْأَبْتَرُ. So another point we have to look out is, again, we have a noon mushaddad. So we have to stay here and do ghunna. And another thing here, we have a ra. It's a tafkhim letter, which means we have to pronounce it thick. Okay, so we have to make sure that we pronounce it thick. And there's a ba here, which means we have to do qalqala. So a slight jerk sound when we join. So let's practice this together. Could I request the support teacher to please kindly have a student on the mic?
G1712, please unmute yourself.
G1712. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar? Start with Tawudin Tasmiyah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Yes.
إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay, Jazakallah. MashaAllah, you recited well. Jazakallah. I don't have anything to say to you. So, Jazakallah. Could I have another student, please?
G1754, please unmute yourself.
G1754. Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay, Jazakallah. Well done. You recited very well. Just one point I would like to highlight here, that this Noon Mushaddad, when we join in, we do not prolong the fatha. So we only do a nasal sound when we are joining alif and noon. Okay. Inna shaniyaka. Okay.
إن شانئك.
Yes. Another thing, this ha carries a dhamma. So make sure that you do not prolong it. Could you recite for me the last line again?
إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Yes, that's a bit better. Well done. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student?
G1798, please unmute yourself.
G1798.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك كوف الأبدال فصل لربك وانحر إن شانئك هو الأبدال.
Okay, well done, mashallah. You tried well. Could you repeat after me? Okay. Inna a'tainaka al-kawthar.
إنا أعطيناك
Kal-kawthar.
الكوثر
Fasalli li rabbika wanhar.
فصل لربك وانحر
Fasalli li
فصل
rabbika wanhar.
لربك
Rabbika.
وانحر
Yes. Inna shaniyaka
إن شانئك
huwa al-abtar.
هو الأبدر
Huwa al-abtar.
هو الأقدر.
Okay, that's better. Well done. Jazakallah. Mashallah.
Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1829, please unmute yourself.
G1829.
Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Well done, mashallah. You recited very well. Just one small thing. Just you prolonged the ha with the ma for around 2 seconds. So make sure that we do not prolong the kasra fatha dhamma for 1 second only, okay? Jazakallah.
Bismillah.
Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1836, please unmute yourself.
G1836.
Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم أنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay, could you recite for me this line again?
فصل
Repeat after me. فصلي
فصل
ربك وانهر
ربك وانهر
إن شانئك
إن شانئك
هو الأبتر.
هو الأبتر.
Yes, well done. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student?
G1852, please unmute yourself.
G1852.
Assalamualaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. And could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Yes.
Okay, so I want you to repeat after me, okay?
Okay.
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم.
Well done. إنا
إنا
أعطينا
أعطينا
كالكوثر
كالكوثر
فصل لي
فصل
ربك
ربك
وانهر
وانهر
إن شانئك
إن شانئك
هو الأبتر.
هو الأبتر.
Yes, well done, mashallah. You recited very well. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student?
G1670, please unmute yourself.
G1670.
Assalamualaikum.
Walaikum assalam. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان
Can you come closer to the mic? I can't hear you properly.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Jazakallah, well done, mashallah. You apply the rules very well. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Could I have another student, please?
G1339, please unmute yourself.
G. Assalamu alaikum, G1339. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Mashallah, well done. You had a beautiful recitation. Could you tell me here, this noon, mushaddad, what rule do we follow?
We have to join it up because it's got.
Do we apply nasal sound here?
Yes.
Yes, well done. So can you tell me how long? Is it 1 second or 2 seconds?
1 second.
You could do 1 second, but it should be around 2 seconds, okay? But Jazakallah. Well done, mashallah. Allah Hafiz. Could I have another student, please?
G1476, please unmute yourself.
G1476. Assalamu alaikum.
G1362, please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum.
This is G1476.
Okay, G1476. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Yes. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay, Jazakallah. Mashallah, you recited very well. Could you quickly tell me here that we have a vaw sakin? What rule applies here? Is it haruful mad or haruful lin?
Haruful mad.
Are you sure? That here it's going to be vaw can be haruful mad and haruful lin, yes, but here it is acting as haruful lin because the letter before, which is kaf, it carries a fatha. Could you tell me how long do we prolong this? Is it for 1 second or 2 seconds?
2 seconds.
2 seconds. Well done. That was excellent. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. Jazakallah.
Jazakallah. Could I have another student, please?
G1362, please unmute yourself.
G1362. Assalamu alaikum. Could I have another student?
G1572. Please unmute yourself.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. G1572. Could you recite for me Surah Al-Kauthar?
Okay. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إنا أعطيناك الكوثر فصل لربك وانهر إن شانئك هو الأبتر.
Okay, mashallah. You recited very well. Could you quickly tell me here that this alif, what rule applies here?
So you have to pronounce the sh for about 1 extra second, so 2
Yes.
seconds.
Yes, that's right. 2 seconds. And this alif, is it huruful mad?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, so it's huruful mad and we need to prolong it for around 2 seconds. Well done, Jazakallah.
I really liked how you done your reciting.
Recitation, Jazakallah. Very kind of you. I also really liked your recitation. Jazakallah. Allah Hafiz.
Do you know when the G2 level's coming?
G2 level, it will around, I'm not sure, but after in December, the G1 is finished, probably next year, soon, it will start. So we will let you know soon, inshallah, okay? Jazakallah, Allah Hafiz. So now we are reaching towards the end of our class. I'm pretty sure all students want to recite, but unfortunately we are running out of time. So I'm quite sad about it, but don't worry. You can practice this at home. So please do practice and improve in your recitation. So the homework for today is that you need to revise about the Alif Zaida, which we have revised today, and it is exercise 22.2. So make sure you revise it at home and also practice Surah Al-Kauthar with the correct pronunciation. You can also visit Al-Islam and type Surah Al-Kauthar and you will find their pronunciation over there in Arabic, so you can follow that. So we're going to end our class with the ending prayer. Could I request the support teacher to please kindly pick a student for the prayer?
G1808. Please unmute yourself.
G1808. Assalamu alaikum. Assalamu alaikum. Could you recite for me this ending prayer? Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah.
Okay. A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran, the Great.
Yes, could you recite the Arabic?
Yeah. Allahumma arhamni Bil-Qur'anil azim.
Yes. Translation?
Oh Allah, have mercy on me through the Quran, the Great.
Okay. Jazakallah. Well done. Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz.
Allah Hafiz. For the next verse, could I request for another student, please?
G1845. Please unmute yourself.
G1845.
Assalamu alaikum.
Assalamu alaikum. So could you recite for me the ending prayer?
Okay. Waja'alhu
Start with Tawad and Tasmiyah, please.
A'udzu billahi minasy syaithanir rajim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Waja'alhu imaman wa nuran وهدى ورحمة, and make for me the leader, the light, the guidance, and the mercy.
Jazakallah, well done, mashallah. So with that, this concludes our class for today. Inshallah, see you next time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.